Can you tell us your name and what you do?
Well, I'm Jackie Cameron, and
Yes.
precisely what I do, I am a chef.
Okay.
And I do have my own school, which is Jackie Cameron School of Food and Wine. But I think at the moment, I'm pretty much doing absolutely everything, as it's a very new company.
Is it? Well, Jackie, last time I saw you, you were executive chef at Hartford House.
Yes.
And you look perfectly happy there. And now I find you here. What happened?
Well, I think it wasn't a question if I was happy or if I wasn't. I would always put myself in the situation that I will always be happy. But it was always a dream of mine, and I think for the last 15 years, I've known that this is what I've wanted to do, is to open up my school. And educating and upliftment and development has always been very close to my heart. So it was really just ticking all the boxes to a point that I felt that it was the right time and I could leave Hartford to open up my own school.
Okay, so you open up your own school.
Yeah.
How long ago?
I took my first intake in April last year. So it's an 18-month course.
Okay.
So my students went from April to April this year, and then they went out into the industry. So they pretty much have about a month holiday broken up over the 18 months, and then they go out into the industry for 5 months. So they're only going to be graduating in October. It was a bit of strange starting in April, but all of our kitchen equipment came from France and Italy, and it just took a little bit longer
Yes.
to get here than what we thought. So I'll be taking my next intake in January, just to realign with the South African calendar. I was toying with the idea of taking an intake this April,
Yes.
but I just thought I'd much rather kind of push it out, take as many functions, consulting, outside catering as possible, and then start again in January.
So you not only teach young chefs, but you also cook for people. Because I was going to say, you were like tired of cooking for people. You decided that they needed to learn how to cook themselves.
No, definitely not. I think it's been quite interesting, the different comments that have come my way, saying things like, so you've changed your career. So what does it feel like not being a chef anymore? And I think it's been quite an interesting process, because I'm cooking more now than what I did. And it has been a very interesting process. I was at Hartford, and it was a very different situation in comparison to other top restaurants. My sous chef, Elaine, and I were for a long period of time, the only two qualified chefs in the kitchen. And most of the rest of my staff had a standard 6 or standard 7 education. So I was continuously training. So it really was, if I could do what we did there, and my students could hand temper chocolate, they could make beautiful nougat, the breads that they could make, if I could do that with people that had a standard 6 and standard 7 education, what could I do with somebody that had a matric? And so it was really just that leading into that process. So we're doing lots of outside catering, lots of functions. Let's remember, for the practical part of the students' course, they've got to do about 40 functions while they are here.
Okay.
And I'm just desperately trying to teach to the students that, and the greatest thing for me will be in years to come, that all of my students are still in the industry. And when I say still in the industry, I'm not meaning still in a hot kitchen. I'm trying to give my students as much education because the hot kitchen is not for every person, and that's fine. Everyone's different. And I think the basis is that they do food styling, they do a 4-day bread making course, they do a 16-part French, they do accounting, they do business courses. We're aligned with the Nelson Mandela Business University for stress management courses. So it really is, it's a mentoring course. And I'm really excited because, there's so many aspects, and I love everything about food, which is, I'm very lucky about that. So, if they're wanting to go open their own bakery, And that's why we do outside, we do Weber braai classes. So these functions show the students all the different things that are available to them. One day we'll be out in a mealie field
Yeah.
and doing outside catering. The next day we'll be in here in the wine cellar doing a 5-course dinner paired with wine. So it really just shows to the student that all that is possible in the industry, and then it's for them to pick and choose what they want to do. Chefing courses are expensive, so so I don't want them to be wasting their parents' money. So that's why it's really important to me to spend a lot of time with my students to find out exactly what they want to do after, if you want to say, school.
Yes.
Because I guarantee 100% that I will find the students a job after my course, because there really is just that much of a demand for the students.
Okay. So if you were to summarize, you have a calling, obviously.
Yeah.
So what's your mission?
What's my mission?
Yes.
It's
or your purpose, to be more romantic.
Yeah, I think touching people's lives. I think you can send out plates of food on a day-to-day basis, and that's touching people's lives, as in the guest. But I think when I pass away one day, hopefully not too soon, because I've got huge loans to pay off.
Yeah. And you've got lots of time ahead of you.
But when that does happen, I would love for the whole room to be full of people that I have trained or educated or really changed their lives. And not just changed their lives, but actually changed their families' lives as well. And that's what's really important to me.
Now, Jackie, I want to know, as a chef, how do you see cheese, and where do you like cheese, and where do you use it? Or how?
I don't think I would be able to live without cheese. There's so many different articles and people ask questions, and I say, they ask you, what do you most often have in your fridge? And it's pickles, preserves, and biscuits in the cupboard, and cheese and selection. And I think being in the Midlands area, we really are spoiled on quality cheeses.
So you cook with it, or you mainly eat
Sure.
as it is, or?
At personal, it's normally cheese boards.
Okay.
For functions, it also is, if it's beautiful mounds of cheese with caramelized sugar and fresh fruit. In the restaurant side, we infuse it into sauces and make espumas or spoons. Years back, we used to put cheese into ice creams and serve it with hot soups. Really, I love it, so I try and include it as much as possible. If you find beautiful quality cheese, I often include it. I know I had a little springbok dish that I used to do, and just do shavings of different quality, really top-end quality cheeses. And so I try and use it as much as possible and really celebrate it.
Okay. Now, you've used Pepe Charlot's cheese before. Can you just tell us a little bit about it? I'm always speak about how I'm so proudly KZN and proudly local flavors. And I think what was really special about your cheese is I was like, oh my word, it kind of like opened my mind to the rest of the country. And at my school, like I just mentioned to you a little bit earlier, I would really love to be able to have your cheese here and to really showcase it, because I really do feel it is truly fabulous. And I really came in connection with you, and that was around the Eat Out Produce Awards, when you did so fabulously well there. And it was, often you taste different things and it leaves your memory very quickly. Yes.
But your product, I think it stayed very close in my heart and my palate. And it would be something that I would really like KZN to be able to celebrate as well.
Oh, thank you. Finally, do you want maybe to leave us, how do people contact you if they're interested in enrolling in the school?
Yeah,
or?
I think, at the moment, like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty much so doing everything. So if you want to contact me directly, you can go onto my website, which is www.jackiecameron.co.za.
Yes.
And then also email, it's jackie@jackiecameron.co.za. But all my contact details are on the website, and it is very easy to get a hold of me for the outside cooking classes, for the different events here, and for the 18-month course.
Great. Thank you very much.
No,
Jackie. Thank you
thank
for your
you.
time.